Hi everyone, my name is Sally Potter and I will be your instructor for Linguistics 11 for this summer 2026. When you come into our Canvas page, you're going to be dropped into the home page, and the way that you can find your assignments and what you need to do is by going to modules. So you can find modules a couple of different ways. You can use the link here on the home page. You can also use the modules tab over on the side. There are other ways to find your assignments. One is by using the to-do list, and another is by using the calendar. I will recommend to you that you go through the modules because there are other pieces of information in the modules that are important, and if you go directly to the assignment, then you may miss something. So let's take a look at what the modules looks like. You're going to see a resources module at the top. This has important information for you, so please browse it over. It's nothing that you need to memorize, just know what is here in case you need one of these resources later on. Then you're going to go to the Start Here module and start with the Start Here page. The very first thing I want you to do is to take a look at your notification preferences. You're going to notice that when you first start using Canvas, you get a lot of email messages from Canvas, and it really is too much. So go into your notification preferences, you click on account and into notifications, and then that takes you to a place where you can turn off a lot of your notifications, the notifications that you don't want. So that's the very first thing that you should do before you start the course. Also, please add a picture of yourself. If you want to add a picture of yourself and your dog, or if you have a, like an avatar emoji or a cartoon version of yourself, that's perfectly fine. But it really does help me to remember everyone's name. We only have a few weeks here, and it helps me remember who you are. So please do that. Then you're going to go to the syllabus quiz. This is the very first assignment. Some of you have already actually done this, and that's great. But this is a very important assignment because it lets me keep track of attendance for the course and who has checked in and who hasn't yet. So this is like first day attendance. So please complete this as soon as possible. And then when you're finished with that, that's going to take you into module number 1. I do have the syllabus quiz listed here. If you've already finished that, by the time you get here, that's fantastic. You only have these 4 other assignments to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. The first one is just simply a summary and your response. I have an article here about the beginnings of human language, and then also a video. And this is what I like to start with because this is always the first question that students ask. Where did language come from? How did language first start? How do we know where language came from? So answer these questions. You do not have to copy the question, but please label your answers 1, 2, 3, and 4. That really helps me. Okay. And then the next assignment is specifically looking at the study of linguistics, and we break it down into these core areas. We're going to cover most of the core areas throughout the course, so it's really important that you have an idea about what linguistics is and what it entails, what you're going to be learning about in this class. What I have here is a PowerPoint, and then I made 4 different videos that all cover the same PowerPoint. So video number 1 covers the first few slides, and then video 2, video 3. So what you probably want to do is to watch the videos first and then come back to the PowerPoint and use that as a reference as you take the quiz. The next assignment is our introductory discussion, And what I have is a very, very short, little over 2 pages article. It is actually a textbook chapter, a linguistics textbook chapter, and it just gives the answer to what is linguistics? What do we mean when we say linguistics? What is it? What exactly are we studying? So I have some prompts here for you to answer. Number 3 is optional, but if you want to ask me any questions, I will be replying to each one of you. As long as you submit this on time, you can expect a reply from me. So if you want to ask me any questions about the course, linguistics, anything at all, feel free to answer here. And then you are required to do 2 replies to 2 of your classmates. And then the last assignment is responding to 2 different linguists, and I have them here. John McWhorter is the author of several books and also a podcast, and I have an excerpt from one of his books. This is just a couple pages long, so read that. And then another linguist, Steven Pinker, has this video, but it's very long. It covers all kinds of information, looking at all kinds of different areas, different subtopics of linguistics, and it's really interesting. So you do not have to watch the whole entire video. It's about an hour long, but what I want to recommend to you is to read the textbook chapter, McWhorter's textbook chapter, and then watch at least a little bit of the video. And then you're going to choose 2 statements from either or both of these resources, and you're just going to tell me about them. Just tell me why you chose them, why they're so interesting to you, what you think about them. And then that takes us to the end of the week. And at the end of each module, I have a list here, so you can, with links back to the assignments, so you can take a look and make sure that you have finished everything. Typically, all assignments are due on Sunday night. However, for this first quiz, it is due this coming Wednesday because I really need to make sure that I take attendance for the first week. Okay, please let me know if you have any questions, anything comes up, or you just are having some problems, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the discussion. Bye-bye.